Welcome to All Pro Racing, Michigan International Speedway. Trucks for the All Cash Series. 50 laps here at the 2-mile Michigan International Speedway. Overcast, 85 degrees, winds out of the north, 8 miles an hour. Relative humidity, 59%. These guys wrap up practice, getting ready to start qualifying. Looking at the fastest practice times, George Bark leads the group with a 39.68. Dustin Lee second, Damon Gilbert third, Ryan Eckstein fourth, Everett Lane fifth. Make sure to go over on Facebook and hit like on All Pro Racing to be announced so you get all the notifications of all of our events. Looks like we have a late entry tonight. Mr. Nick Reynolds showing up right as we go to qualifying. No practice for Nick. And what's a strategy here coming off pit road for these guys? Are they going to work together and stay in a pack or spread out? Looking at our season here, race 3 of 5, still have Atlanta next week, and Daytona will be our final week. The points winner will get $50 cash. Current season standings, Michael Laudy is our points leader with 85 points. That's 7 ahead of Damon Gilbert in second. Mitchell Reeves, 8 back in third. 9 points back, Jonas Hankins in the 4th spot, with Joseph Laudy rounding out the top 5 in the points. Our biggest mover of the week, Dustin Lee, with his win, brings it back up to 7th. He's only 12 points out of the lead now. He really needs another win to cement himself into the top 5. But Michael Laudy leading the way here. Times are starting to roll in. Looks like George Bark backs up practice with a 39.72. Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert right there, second and third. Jonas Hankins currently in 4th. I don't think that'll hold up, though. Taking a look at NASCAR news. Milko Duno, Milk and Donuts, is coming back to NASCAR. Oh no. You're a race fan at all, you remember Milko Duno used to run in the Indy cars. Then she ran ARCA for a while and embarrassed herself there. And now, somehow or another, she's going to be in the Nationwide Series. Expect some carnage. I'm kind of surprised that a team decides to do that. They must really need the money. In other news, Nelson Piquet Jr. to make his Sprint Cup debut this weekend at Watkins Glen, getting in one of the start park cars. Obviously, Nelson, a former Formula One driver, is really good on the road courses and expects to hopefully contend. Marcos Ambrose has also been announced for the Nationwide Series this weekend at Watkins Glen as a warm-up for the Sprint Cup race. In other news, Ryan McRae, 16-year veteran, front tire changer on the 99 car, got his hand almost cut off when he got pinched between the wheel and the brake caliper when changing the left front tire on a pit stop of the third caution of the race on lap 31. Looks like he's going to be okay. But ow, that's got to hurt. Back to the action here on track. Nobody's bumped George Bark, but he has improved his time. 39.699. Dustin Lee second. Everett Lane up to third. Michael Updegraff fourth. Ryan Eckstein fifth. Times are tight up front. Coming down to about 3.5 minutes left. And we'll line them up and go racing. Thank you for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Our very own Jonas Hankins on the track. Got a special paint job out there. Supporting the cause, I guess. Going green, as they say. Jonas Hankins currently running in the 7th spot with a 40.17. Lots of good paint jobs out there. Everyone going for the $50 cash. Let's take this opportunity to thank our sponsor for that $50 cash. We're talking about Michelangelo's Painting. For all your painting needs in the Phoenix, Arizona area, make sure to check out Michelangelo's Painting. And yes, they work during the summer out in the sun when it's like 100 and a million degrees outside. They do great work. Two minutes left. Has anybody got anything for Bark? Bark's parked it for now. Probably thinks he's got it. Dustin Lee out there, but not on a hot one. It's like Michael Laudy's taking it behind the wall. Might have had technical difficulties. We'll see if he can make it back in time. Got 1 minute left in qualifying. Let's pick up the track announcer. Well, there you have it. Drivers getting their final instructions here before we go green. Looks like nobody's got nothing for George Bark. Provisional pole sitter 39.699. Dustin Lee second. Everett Lane in third. Thank you for joining us at the Michigan International Speedway. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Make sure to join us on Wednesday and Thursday for the iRacing NASCAR Series Road to Pro. This week, Watkins Glen road course. Bunch of oval guys on a road course. It's gonna be a tough one this week, but hey, if you're racing, make sure to join us over in TeamSpeak. The Team All Pro out there representing, going to up the road to pro. Let's go through our starting grid. George Bark in the Bark competition. GeorgeBark.com Chevy Silverado is our pole sitter. Congratulations, George. Dustin Lee in second. Olive Hill Welding, Chevy Silverado. Everett Lane proudly showing those Jeff Gordon colors, Exalta. 96 Michael Updegraff starting in the fourth spot, Quaker State Chevy. Ryan Eckstein rounds out the top five in the number 22. Michael Jordan Gatorade Chevy Silverado. Damon Gilbert in the Cart City Chevy 68 starting in the sixth spot. Nick Riddle slots into the seventh spot in the 54 Goof Off Chevy Silverado. Number 2, Mitchell Reeves in the Rain-X Caterpillar Chevy Silverado starts in the 8th spot. All Pro Racing's very own Jonas Hankins supporting the green out there in the 44 Chevy Silverado tail end. Starting in the number 8, Joseph Loudy, our points leader, out there with the America USA red, white, and blue colors. Michael Loudy took it behind the wall, was unable to rejoin. Looks like Paul Pelissier is starting from pit road in the 61 Carolina Special. And that rounds out our field, folks. Not a big field, but a good quality set of drivers here, all running for the cash. Hopefully we won't have any cautions and we'll run this thing quick. Looking at 50 laps tonight. Should be some great racing. Thanks for joining All Pro Racing. We're live on Twitch. Later it'll be on YouTube, so make sure to follow us over on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Pace car is about to peel off here. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Dustin Lee gets a bad start there. Everett Lane and Mark go right on by. Lane got a great start. Looks like he might have got the inside on Mark, but Mark's able to hold it. As the fight's on for second, as Everett Lane is loose, pulls up into line. Damon Gilbert has to go low. And they door slam each other. Boy, that's some close racing. Everett holds him down. And Bart's going to lead lap one. Whoa, we got one in the wall back there. Nick Reynolds, it appears. The 54. Pretty hard into the wall there, going into one. Got some right front damage on the goof-off Menard Chevy Silverado. And I tell you what, it's all about saving your tires right now. Who's running your tires off and who's saving? Because it's not going to matter right now, but it will in 10 laps. Whoa, and Damon Gilbert gets turned by the 96. He saves it, but gets into Nick Reynolds, and now he spins it. And Damon Gilbert hard into the inside wall. That's going to end his race. We stay green. So Gilbert not happy there. Not sure if he checked up, but the 96, Michael Updegraff, got into the back of Damon there. He's able to save it, but slides up into the 2, and then Nick Reynolds comes by and collects him. And then down into the infield there, he didn't hit the inside wall, but got significant damage. Tough break for Damon Gilbert. He's going to want to use that reset. Back to George Bark. Pulling a lead right now. Let's see what the gap is to Dustin Lee and Everett Lane. Well over 1.2 seconds. So Bark schooling these boys out here. Let's go through the field. George Bark, our leader. Running impressive laps here. So far gapping over Everett Lane in second. Dustin Lee is now in third. Ryan Eckstein in fourth. Michael Updegraff actually in fourth. Just got around Ryan Eckstein. Then Jonas Hankins running sixth. Mitchell Reeves running into seventh. Our points leader, Joseph Laudy, in eighth. Nick Reynolds Purdy tore up running in 9th. Damon Gilbert tore up running in 10th. And finally, Paul Pelissier, who started on pit road, has a nice clean truck running 22 seconds back from our leader in 11th. Up front, George Bark continues to increase his gap. 2 seconds. The race is on for 4th. Looks like Jonas Hankins and Michael Updegraff almost touch. Looks like the 96 Michael Updegraff has some damage. I'm not sure what I missed there. Yeah, his right front tore up a bit. Bark continues to march away from these boys. 3.4 seconds now. Yeah, Mitchell Reeves has some left front damage. Joseph Loudy challenges him for the 6th spot. Side by side here, going into 1. Mitchell Reeves able to hold the spot. And the Rainac Chevy, he's got quite a bit of damage there on the left side. Oh, looks like our leader has some damage. His right front is all tore up now too. Is this the opening the other guys needed? Was Bark to get some damage? Dustin Lee's got some damage now on his right front. All these guys are getting into the wall. Maintains the gap, 3.5 seconds. So let's see, it might be a race of attrition if these guys keep hitting the wall. Race is on for 6. Again, Mitchell Reeves, Joseph Loudy. Joseph continues to try to get by. Reeves holding him tight there with the top lane. Give it to Mitchell Reeves for now. Take a closer look at Dustin Lee and his damage on the 51 Olive Hills Welding. Looks like that right front is pushed up and in quite a bit. Guys will be anxious to get it down to pit road. Like Ryan Eckstein's finally taking it behind the wall. George Bark increasing his lead despite the damage, 4.3 seconds. And I gotta say, the mover of the race has got to be Jonas Hankins in the 44, running now in 4th. He has gained quite a few spots. We're on lap 16 of 50. Who's going to blink first and pit and get that reset? We do have some cars out here that have not got any damage, like Everett Lane running in 2nd. Jonas Hankins, I don't think. Jonas does not have any damage either. And of course, Paul Palisi are running in 9th, still on the lead lap. 28 seconds back from our leader. Make sure to go over to Facebook and join into the conversation. Tell us what you want to see. Get involved. Now over a 5-second lead over Everett Lane. George Bark continues to show the way here. Tires are getting old, I'm sure. We're approaching lap 20. Michael Updegraff showing a lap down now. He pitted 3 or 4 laps ago, it appears. Missed it. Sorry about that. We'll see how his pit strategy works out. I think he was tore up. It looks like he did get a reset. Currently running right there behind Nick Reynolds in the 2 car, or Mitchell Reeves in the 2 car. And he's trying to push Mitchell. Finally goes low there. And Michael Updegraff trying to earn back his lap the hard way, getting up to the leader as he gets a little loose on the and slams into the wall. And now he's spun. He's down into the inside wall hard. The 96 is wrecked. And he gets it towed behind the wall. So Michael Updegraff and then there were 9. It is a race of attrition sometimes. Yep, he's gone. Michael Updegraff, gone. All right, let's reset. Up front, George Bark. And the Bark Karting Chevy Silverado, 5.4 seconds over Everett Lane in second. Everett still not showing any damage. Dustin Lee heavily damaged in third, running 8 seconds back. Then Jonas Hankins, 11.9 seconds back in the fourth spot. Mitchell Reeves in fifth, 18 seconds back. Not sure when we get in that window. It should be soon, where these guys can pit and get a reset, top off their fuel. As they're completely spread around the track now. 9 cars on the lead lap. And George Bark can barely see that first car, or that 9th car in front of him at the end of the straightaway here. So Nick Reynolds will be the first guy to go down a lap here under green conditions. Oh, we got a pitter. Hankins brings it in. And Joseph Laudy also pits. Damon Gilbert also pits. We must be in our window. Let's see what these guys do. Hankins down for service from the green crew. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires and fuel. Joseph Laudy also pitting. Damon Gilbert also pitting. He needs a reset bad. All these guys getting resets. Oh, and everyone else is coming off pit road now. Our leader, George Bark, is on pit road. Everett Lane is also in. Dustin Lee is in. Mitchell Reeves from 4th is in. This will be everybody stopping for fuel and tires. We'll have to see how this shakes out here as George Bark rolls off pit road after 4 tires. And a great stop for Bark and team. Looks like they're only going to increase their lead. See how it shakes out as they come around for timing and scoring. Don't forget to join us every Tuesday night next week at Atlanta for the 4th of 5 of this series. 5.9 seconds back to Everett Lane. Everett not losing too much ground there. Looks like Dustin Lee is actually gained some ground on that round. He's now 7 seconds back from our leader. Paul Pelessier pitted. He'll probably cycle to the back. It did not work out good for him starting from pit road. That's just too much track position to lose right off the bat. Oh, and it looks like he's coming slowly up to speed here. He goes by, George Bart goes on by. '54 Nick Reynolds on pit road. Finally getting his front right all fixed up. Guys do have a reset to use. 4 tires and fuel for Nick Reynolds. They currently 1 lap down. Probably going to be 2 by the time he gets back up to speed. Oh, he's slow on pit road. Something's gone wrong. Just slow to repair the damage, I presume. And now he pulls off pit road. Perhaps had a speeding penalty. Fight is on for second spot as, Everett Lane gets into the wall. Dustin Lee goes around and takes it. Let's take a replay on Everett Lane. Coming here through 1 and 2. It looks like coming out of 2, Everett Lane just pushes up really hard, slams the outside wall, and that right front looks very much like most of the drivers did in that first run. Tough break for Everett. And not sure if he has a reset left. I think he was undamaged during that last run. But now Dustin Lee shown in second, 7.57 seconds back. So only increased George Bart's lead by the second place guy having issues there. Lap 31 of 50. Thank you for joining us at All Pro Racing. Now, does Dustin Lee have anything for George Bart? Currently 8 seconds is the difference. $18 laps to go. Setup means a lot here, and I think George has got these guys beat. But he's had the track position all day long, led every lap. I believe except for one during the exchange. Dominating performance. No lead changes, so George Bart has led every lap. Can he pull a Jeff Burton did at Loudon one year and lead every lap of the race and win? Quite possible tonight. Also winning practice and winning qualifying. So, yeah, George Bart has been at the top of the list all night long. Normally we have driver interviews available during the caution periods, but guess what? No cautions, folks. This could be one of the fastest races in All Pro history. Current elapsed time in this race, 28 minutes, 10 seconds. And Dustin Lee over the radio pretty much conceding to George Bart that he's gone. Currently 9-second lead. Thank you for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name is Mike Ellis, Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Many thanks to our sponsor, Michelangelo's Painting. Park currently 9.4 seconds ahead of Dustin Lee. Let's see how these guys are handling. Getting clear down on the apron on the front stretch. Taking the short way around, but arcing up really high as you go into the corners here. Not much brake, just off the gas a bit. Floated on in there. Dustin Lee hoping for a caution here to catch up on the track position. Currently 10 seconds back. Not much change. Everyone's pretty spread out. Now I want to correct myself. I've been calling Joseph Laude, who's currently running in the 6th spot as the points leader. Checking again, it's actually Michael Laude who is the points leader, his brother. And Michael did not start the race. I'm trying to extrapolate who might end up with the points lead here. With Michael Laudy not starting, it's going to open it wide open. I believe Dustin Lee might, with his second place run, might be our points leader. Perhaps even Everett Lane, currently running third, but shown sixth in points. Looks like the closest battle is for third. Everett Lane is fading with his damage, up back to Jonas Hankins, currently in fourth. Six laps to go. Looks like Dustin Lee getting some help here from one of the lap trucks, Paul Pellissier, trying to draft Dustin Lee here, or perhaps pass him. Can't tell if that's help or not, but they're running together out there on track, which we haven't seen a lot of tonight. Been green and clean. Whoa, George Bark into the wall. Our leader just hit the wall. Let's take a replay of that coming out of the corner here. Just like we saw with Everett Lane, just pushed up a little too hard, and slammo. But with a 12.1 second lead, is that going to stop George Bark? Right front damage, pretty heavy, and it looks like the car is loose as can be. Last lap was 1.1 seconds slower than the previous. So we'll have to see how this might cut into his race lead. Four laps to go. I don't think Dustin Lee can do anything unless he just outright wrecks. Yeah, George Bark's times are off just a bit, but not too much. Only 0.3 off his previous pace that time by. So, damage or not, George Bark continues to bring it home. 2 laps to go. Make sure to join us next week at Atlanta for the 4th of 5. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here at All Pro Racing. So here comes George Bark around start-finish line to take the final lap here. Bark competition. GeorgeBark.com. Chevy Silverado led every lap tonight. That's an all-pro racing record. I believe we have a fastest race ever record. We'll have to check the record books. Looks like the official time is going to be... I'll have to figure out the official time, but bam, what a fast race, no cautions. Congratulations to Bark. Dustin Lee second. And Everett Lane crosses the finish line third. Jonas Hankins fourth. Mitchell Reeves fifth. Last car in the lead lap. Looks like Joseph Laudy as he comes through four. And I tell you what, the points championship here for the $50 is wide open now. Let's get our driver interviews.
Hey, Mike Ellis up at the booth for George Bark in the Bark competition Chevy Silverado. You got me?
Hey, Mike, what's going on, man?
Well, I was just telling the crowd, lots of records set tonight. You led every lap. You probably ran the fastest race in all pro racing history with no cautions tonight, and you pretty much walked away with it. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Just everything fell into place there. I just hit on a decent setup that would go about 25 laps or 23 laps before it slam it into the wall. But all in all, it was a strong race.
Well, I tell you what, we saw you hit the wall a couple times during both runs. Didn't seem to slow you down, though. Right front all tore up, but I think you only lost like 3/10.
Yeah, I wasn't like paying attention. Like one time I was talking to someone there, and the second run there, I don't know. I guess I overdrove it. I was out of the throttle through the whole corner, and it just went right into the wall. But it didn't fall off, which is shocking. In previous builds, you'd fall off close to like 5/10, but this one, like you said, only backed up 2 or 3/10, which is nice, especially on this big old place.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. Do you have anybody you want to say hi to or say thanks to?
Yeah, just want to thank everybody that raced tonight and stuck out the whole 50 laps there. Thanks, guys.
All right, congratulations. Second place, Dustin Lee, you out there?
Yeah.
Well, you gave it a shot there, and you gave him a run for his money, but just didn't have enough. Was it set up, or what was it?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was set up. I mean, obviously, he did the driving part too. But yeah, it definitely doesn't have anything for him tonight. We had a pretty good battle there, and pretty long race. Just glad to come on second, I guess.
Clean and green, but hey, you hit the wall a couple times and knocked in the right front too. How was it running after that?
Yeah, I hit the wall in the first round there before we made the pit stop, and yeah, it didn't drive very good. I could maybe keep up with Everett there a little bit, but towards the very end, he was really pulling away. But after I got my truck fixed and everything, it drove a lot better. I was able to get a little bit of adjustment there too, and that helped. But obviously, nowhere near in the ballpark that George was in.
Well, congrats anyway. Best to the rest. Do you have any shout-outs?
Sponsored Autofield Welding and Michelangelo's Painting. And, just thanks for putting us on.
All right, and it looks like Everett Lane left the building, so he comes home third. Thanks to all the drivers out there.
And there you go, folks. That's our finishing order. George Bark, our winner. Dustin Lee, second. Everett D. Lane in third. Jonas Hankins, fourth. Mitchell Reeves 5th.
Good
Joseph
night, guys.
Lowdy.
I'll see you, Mike. And Mike.
Thanks to all our drivers who came out. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Thank you very much. Make sure to join us next week here at All Pro Racing. Take care.